This week, we discover a whole new meaning for the phrase fast food. People still aren't talking about what's happening in Russia, but more importantly, we discover that maybe we all shouldn't have dismissed the Emoji Movie quite so quickly. And why does the most suspicious thing about a mysterious death involve a cat?
How much radiation do you have? None radiation. Robot lady, sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time! Last week we talked about how Russia decided to blow things up and not tell anybody about them, and then nobody reported about it. And now this week, apparently, Russia is acting like me in the morning and turning all their alarms off. So I find this really fascinating. But before we get into that, I need to let you know that things here have not been turned off, and we absolutely will be spending the next hour replacing it with with one ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron ranting about opinions that I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Adam, unfortunately, had an emergency at work, so he's probably not going to be with us this week. But we've left the line open, so maybe he'll join us, and it'll be like magic. We'll just have Magic Adam in the middle of the show, and that won't go badly. There's no way that could possibly go badly. So our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture, and maybe radiation. As impossible as that may seem. So listeners, now that you know why you're here, love is a battlefield, and in studio, we have Zen Warship. Ooh, yeah, so Allison, say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, and we also have Roberto.
Hey, guys.
Welcome so much to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
you're going.
You braved a storm.
Yes, and apparently potential poison in the air that we don't know about.
Yeah, dude. We were talking about this last week. So something exploded in Russia enough that we were like, "What was that? That looked really big." And they were like, "Nothing. That was I overcooked pot pie." And then people died, and then the news was like, it's probably not a big deal.
I'm sure NPR covered it. Shout out.
Yeah,
they would do it in the quietest way possible.
Yeah, I have actually an experience. I've been in Russia. By the time there was a submarine, it was like 10 years ago, there was a submarine that was sank in the water. I don't know if you remember the thing.
Oh, right. Didn't they have people knocking in it or something like that?
Yeah, but I think 100 people died. So, but the interesting thing, I was in Russia at that time and nobody knew that. Nobody, they have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
So right now you're saying they probably have no idea.
Yeah.
Unless they listen to NPR, which is right now reporting there was a nuclear explosion.
Oh, they listen to another waste of an hour.
I was just going to say that. This is why we're such a great band, because I think of ideas and he plays them.
And the band is Zen Warship.
I rarely think of ideas.
Tell us about your band. What kind of genre would you call your band? What do you do as a band?
So I would say rock funk.
Funk. I love it.
Yeah,
that's great. A good combination.
We want people to dance and have a good time. Our tunes are eclectic, change up feels.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because we write songs in a very democratic ways. Everybody contribution.
Lots of voting.
No voting. Just
jamming.
No, but in the way that
it's
the genre.
It's not a representative democracy. It's a participatory democracy.
Do you have a music electoral college in your band?
Oh wow.
Yes, it goes like this. Hey, everyone, do you think this sounds good? And everyone goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we raise signs representing the different states we come from. And
do you have little emojis like in real life that you can be like poop emoji? And then they're like, oh, no, okay, we won't do this.
No, I mean, I like in seriousness, I'm one of the newest members of the band.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Chris, the other trumpet player, and myself, I play trumpet, everyone.
Hey.
We joined the band after the former trumpet player who wrote a lot of our horn lines left for Canada.
Yeah.
We miss him a lot.
Do you have multiple horns?
We have two. Right now we have two trumpets.
Trumpets.
And we sometimes play flugelhorn for people who know brass instruments. That's pretty much like saying we play two different kinds of trumpets. And they know that, but to everyone else, they think it sounds really cool and it sounds like a Dr. Seussian instrument. But
so nobody's using a cornet.
You know,
Or-
there are no cornets happening.
No.
No,
Oh,
no.
see, you could have a flugelhorn and a cornet and really mess with people.
And play them all at once.
What was
We've got mutes. We've got mutes that we put in the trumpet. No, but
what was the one? Is it Neil Armstrong that had the one that kind of went off to the
so
side?
Neil
or Dizzy
Neil
Gillespie?
Armstrong went to the moon,
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's right.
But Louis Armstrong,
Yep.
yeah, no, but
Don't mind me.
but frankly, Louis also went to the moon.
That's fair. Or was it? I'm thinking actually that it probably wasn't him. It was
No,
Dizzy something.
Dizzy is the one that
Gillespie?
Dizzy Gillespie is the one that his cheeks puff when he plays, and his horn is kind of bent at a 45 degree
That's what I'm
angle.
thinking. Is that still a trumpet? or is
It's a
that...
trumpet. You know, there's a lot of lore about it, and I'm not even going to begin to tell you that I know the truth.
You're like, I can't imagine.
My assumption is, you know, somehow he busted up a trumpet by mistake and then ended up liking it. I think the word on the street is when you're a trumpet player, you know, you usually have to hold the horn up in the air or into a microphone to get people to hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
And with his horn bent like that, he could play down to the floor, hunched over with bad posture, and the horn would still be pointing. But I really don't know why it's like that. But you're right. That's him.
All right. So not that. That's not the horn that you
No,
have.
we don't do. I mean, it is a trumpet, but it's not a bent trumpet.
Do you need me to bend it?
You know, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. And
I mean, actually, you know, I was at Eastern Market, Farmers Market, Flea Market in
okay.
DC.
Yeah,
Shout
down
out.
in DC.
And I bought this guy, man, he had like an antique stand
Okay.
and he had a trumpet.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like a beginner horn, a Bundy.
Sure.
And I bought it for like $45.
Is that a good deal for a trumpet? I have no idea.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
For any instrument.
Any
Go
instrument.
find a ukulele for $45. Anyway, so if you want
get
to
a
bend
triangle.
that for 45, good
Yeah.
luck. Yeah, you probably could.
Great deal.
But if you want to bend, if you want to, you know, come to DC and bend that one and see what happens, that could be the newest instrument in Zen.
That's what I'm saying. And Roberto, you play bass.
Yeah, I'm the boring bass player because I mean, you talk like 3 minutes about trumpet. You just play bass.
Just four strings.
Yeah, very, very boring.
Just
yes.
playing, just
Right.
thumping the bass. How many people are in the band altogether?
We are six. So bass, drums. Actually,
Two
the drummer.
trumpets.
Two trumpets. The drummer is a vocal, so backup vocal.
Oh wow, that's
and he-
tricky.
Yeah, and actually, it's very. I mean, the way at the beginning of the band, he was the keyboard player. So he's a poly musician. He plays
Yeah,
everything. He's
okay,
an
wow.
amazing guy, and he writes lyrics.
Yeah, he's our
Nice.
main lyricist for sure.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yes.
His name is Phil, and then we have
A
vocal,
singer, and that's it,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, yes,
And you're playing a big show Saturday, August 31st.
that's right.
Labor Day Music Festival down at the Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. That's free.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. It's
and-
put on by, it's hosted by the mayor.
That's
It's
pretty
the DC Arts and Humanities Commission. And so, yeah, everyone should
you're,
come out.
You're the band of the people. People,
Yeah.
they voted for a mayor. The mayor voted for you. So you
Yes.
are the band of the people.
Yep.
Yes,
Right?
and that's exactly
I feel
right.
like that's true.
There will be other bands there. So if you listen to this podcast and you really hate me or us, you should support the other bands.
You should still come and listen, but not for your band.
Yeah. Bring tomatoes, whatever. Show up.
And if you want to listen to Zen Worship or check out some of their other shows, you can go up to facebook.com/Zen Worship Band. Very, very cool. We have actually a track called Starts with L. We're going to play a little of that later. However, if you're incredibly curious right now and you cannot stand it, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and then take a listen to the whole track. Come on back and join us back. So speaking of this Russia thing, I was thinking that this is really convenient. We should really have this more in our lives. I didn't know. So Russia turns off these radiation stations, these things that are like measuring radiation.
That would be a great song name.
Radiation station.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Next song for Zen Worship.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Can come
they
up with
shut
it.
them down because obviously something has happened. And then the world goes, hey, we noticed your sin. And they're like, oh, yeah, we don't have to report anything. And I thought, that's awesome. I'm going to use that at work. Right? When they're like, hey, how's the work coming? Did you get finished with the, I don't need to report that.
Yes, I'm going to use that at
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
I mean,
In
do
the
you
future.
think Do you think we report everything? And
Yeah.
the way they take the liberty to say that we don't report. We don't
Yeah.
report anything, and maybe somebody else don't report, but they don't say it,
Yeah.
right? There's
I
also-
think it's
right.
it's really valid. So this is how they're going to run things. I
Zen
like it.
Worship does not report much of anything other than our show at the Lincoln Theater on August 31st. I was told on podcasts.
That was awesome.
Nicely done.
Perfect.
So Zen Worship is not reporting their radiation levels either.
I mean, I'm happy to. Would you like a report?
Yeah, what is the report of your radiation levels?
No one's dead yet. So,
Still working on it.
Yeah.
seriously though, I mean, sometimes I think about our country and boy, do we love reports.
Yeah. We love reports.
We reports on reports.
Yeah.
Data reports, but
We did a bunch of reports on the Mueller report.
we love, yes.
Yeah, we were like, we're
report
doing this
hungry.
live report on the Mueller report, which was a report of other things that happened.
And you know
reportedly.
what? The fact that this Russian story, I mean, God bless this country. No, I mean, if you want free speech and science and accuracy and capitalism, then you put up with having to put your data in a report.
That is true.
So that's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, I hope someone is monitoring it and the
I
data
hope-
is there.
I hope it's not big enough to monitor. That's my
Yeah, you
hope.
kind of monitor. Yeah, right. It's
Because if we start
That's-
being like, if it's like, that's weird. Why is my screen all fuzzy? Oh no.
Do you know where was the explosion?
It's
one
in
week
Russia.
ago?
Russia's
but
pretty
I mean,
small, right?
Right.
How
Okay,
big could
okay,
Russia
right.
possibly be? Northwest, I think. I could be
west.
wrong on that.
Mm.
But somewhere, if you think of Russia as being like, just the size of the United States, then somewhere between the East Coast
Yeah.
and West Coast is
Even
probably
bigger.
where it happened.
Right.
Or
right.
like between Canada and Mexico, somewhere there.
It's just a terrible thing.
It is a terrible thing, but you know what? The rest of the show is not a terrible thing. And
No.
speaking of reporting,
Yeah.
we need everybody who's listening to report to the Labor Day Festival, Labor Day Music Festival,
Yeah.
Lincoln's Theater,
The
Washington,
the historical Lincoln
DC.
Theater.
Historical.
I
Not
don't.
the new one.
Well, it's called. I don't know.
The new one's bullshit.
But Lincoln's in it, and it's in
Still?
DC.
You would think they'd move him.
No, well, in the name.
Oh.
Oh, I think they
The
have like a
actual
giant
Lincoln.
Lincoln head there.
Oh my God, that seems dark.
Anyway, people should
Of all of
report
the
there on August
pieces.
31st and
put
say
a
hi to
hand.
Lincoln.
Yeah, say hi to Lincoln.
Yeah.
And yeah, August 31st. Go up to Zen Worship Band on Facebook.com. I assume if they were to go to Twitter or Instagram or all the other places,
Well, all over.
also.
We're
Yeah.
on the Soch Meads.
Sochmeads.
We've got
Which means you're cool.
I don't know if anyone else says that.
I do.
We've got some music videos up on YouTube, so you can take a look at us and
All right.
decide,
Yeah.
whether you want to do that again.
Yeah.
The title of the song is This Time. So if you Google This Time Worship, then Worship, you will find it.
Next
Which is
time you're
really
on
cool.
YouTube, Google
This time.
on
Yeah.
YouTube.
This time I'm on YouTube. All right. Well, moving on. I think
Tweeter.
everyone should go check you out. You got some great music. We'll hear a little later. In the meantime, we're going to move on to the weather report. We're going to make you the editor-in-chief of your own brand new publication. I'm going to pitch you some stories for that publication. You'll let me know whether or not they make it into your paper. Right? So let's get started. Usually I start with Adam. Adam isn't here, so I'm going to start, and then I will also finish it.
Yeah. Do
That's-
Adam.
That's how it works. It's just all me.
Adam, where are you? Adam?
I know, Adam. Come on. God. Adam calling Adam. Cooking competition show will blast entire meals into chefs' faces with a cannon. Yeah.
I mean, you want to start first?
Here's
I mean,
what
do you have a more?
All I have to say is this is
yeah.
a hit. Like, I will watch this all day long.
So wait, is it an ink, a black and white paper, or are we talking a visual Harry Potter-esque moving paper?
No. It's they're blasting an entire meal.
Yeah, no, but is my paper?
Oh, that's
In other words, like in Harry Potter fans out there, come on, you
Yeah,
guys
I
know
see what
exactly
you're
what I'm
saying, yeah.
talking about.
Is that what you would put out?
My paper certainly would be magical.
Would
I
you-
think if there were visuals, who wouldn't
Yeah.
want to see like food blasting in people's faces?
Roberto, do you think it would be a moving newspaper as well?
I'm not sure. I'm quite kind of very respectful of food. So I don't like, you know, I'm Italian, so
Okay.
I like
So-
food has to be used in the proper way.
So here's how it's going to work. Each episode starts with a cannon blasting of a mystery food dish into the faces of two blindfolded chefs.
And they have to guess the food.
Then they use their culinary prowess to identify the exploded dish, then race against the clock to recreate it.
What?
Whichever chef comes closest to the original dish wins a cash prize.
I just want to make a political statement here.
Okay, what's that?
Do we really, if Food Network shows are not gluttonous and a waste of food enough, we're
Yes.
now literally not
Yes.
even going to try to get the food into people's mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
This
they've
needs
got-
to be
There's a-
reported on.
yeah.
This show needs to be reported on.
Do you think so? Okay.
Yeah, it's an outrage.
Okay, so we're putting it in the moving picture show.
I
And we're
agree,
angry
actually.
about it.
Yeah,
We're
no, I
angry.
agree. That's terrible. And you say it's a true story, right?
So
It's
what
a-
you're saying is it's absolutely true.
Wow, I still can't believe it.
This is worse.
I
We're
would-
more outraged about this than Russia.
So let me understand. For the record,
You've hit a sensitive spot.
The
It's
thing
called
that-
food.
the thing that's pissing you off the most is aim.
No, it's the waste of food.
But if they got it all in the mouth, you'd be fine.
yes. If
Really?
it was a funnel food show,
Right. If it
Yeah.
was like you get to drink from the fire hose of food.
I'm there.
Oh wow! I want to see.
you
I want to
would
see
still-
they have everything in their mouth. Really,
the
I want to
point-
see that.
The point of the discussion is it in our paper? There needs to be a healthy public discussion about it.
Yeah.
It's in the paper.
Okay.
All right.
It's in.
Yeah.
All right. We've got
Sure.
one already in. That's great.
Do you see how we collaborate together?
That's good. Yeah. You went back and forth?
If you enjoy that and you want to hear a band that
Where could we
writes
go?
songs collaboratively,
Where could we go to hear that? Is there any place we could see that
not
live?
the Washington Theater,
No.
not the Kennedy Theater, the
Not that.
Lincoln Theater on August 31st.
Is that the historical Lincoln Theater?
God, I hope so. I've said that a few times. 7 p.m.
All right. French couple faces prison time for taking 90 pounds of sand from Sardinia. This is an interesting story.
For doing what?
90
Okay.
pounds.
I mean,
Oh, so that's kind of like kilos.
yeah, no. I mean, it's 45 kilos.
Right. I think so. Take that of sand.
Okay.
They took it. And so I read the article, and what they wanted to do is they wanted to have a keepsake. I don't know how 90 pounds of sand is a keepsake, but they wanted to remember, I guess, their time in Sardinia.
Why do they steal sands from my country?
It could be.
I mean, like
It was
that's-
just from the beach. They
That's
just,
another wrong thing. Really?
I mean, maybe they wanted to make it an architectural feature in their home.
yeah.
Probably 45 kilos.
Yeah.
Mm.
The sand belongs to everyone, Roberto.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you cannot
Ooh.
destroy that. Yeah, right. I'm very jealous of my.
You know, Zen worship
Sand.
is about, peace and love, but the two representatives here today are pretty outraged at the smallest thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing that I'm wondering is what's that cutoff? Because I feel
Man.
like I've gone to the beach and smuggled at least a few ounces of sand just in my crevices
Yeah.
and nooks.
Why?
Right? So was I a felon? Is it 1 pound?
Well, I mean, as you said, it's your country. I mean, if I walk out of the beach and I've got sand in my shoe, am I stealing your
you're
sand?
stealing sand.
Yeah, actually, you don't do it on purpose, so you are forgiven. Yeah. Is that like? Yeah.
I feel like I'm at work right now. I'm
Yeah,
a
you have
lawyer
to be
by day,
careful.
y'all. I don't want to have these kinds of debates.
So was it 1 pound? Where so it's your country, right?
Mhm.
Where would you cut if you saw somebody driving off with X kilos of sand?
What
What
on
is the
truck.
cutoff where they
Wait.
go?
Right.
If
It's
you're
like-
like this is okay, that's way too much.
Who made him
Every-
king of Italy?
Every
They don't have a king. That's
small.
not a thing.
I mean, every small quantity is
It's a
too
pope.
much.
They just have a pope. Any small amount. So anyone, if they don't empty their shoes out before they get in their car, you pull them over,
Right.
you get that sand back.
Exactly. Yeah, and the reason why I say that because you have to go there and try that kind of place and sand and beach and sea, which is amazing. It's amazing, and when you try, you don't want to steal anything.
This
from
brought to you by Tourism Italy.
If you're not at
Makes me very.
if you're not at the Lincoln Theater, you could also go to Sardinia. That's another option.
I really want to go to Italy. My roommate loves Italy. She went.
Of course.
I've
she
been
loves
all
it.
over Europe, but not to Italy. Are you inviting me?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Anytime.
So they
He
face,
doesn't live there, so that's not very helpful.
They face between
He
1
lives
and
here.
6 years of jail time for this theft.
Jail.
Does that seem reasonable to you?
No, nobody goes to jail in Italy. So
No, they're in
that's ve-
France.
Oh.
Wait, are they in France?
They
What-
are
what kind of-
French, but they were in Sardinia.
Time out. Okay,
So-
is this a charge for importing goods
Yeah.
from another
No,
country?
It's from stealing. It's stealing sand from Sardinia.
So if they
have
go
a law.
back, they will be put in jail. I don't understand.
I think
the
they
ins
were
and outs
caught
of
on the
this.
way out. They were caught driving to the airport. I assume that they had a private plane
that's
that
my-
they were trying to smuggle it out with.
Cue siren sound.
That's my point. Is it Italian jail or French jail?
I think Italian jail.
No, it's impossible.
They
It's not a true story. I told
There's
you.
no
There's
thing-
not-
No Italian jails?
No, I mean, you have to do something very bad to go to jail in Italy, and this
Really?
is not good enough.
No,
It's
that's
not
what
bad
they're
enough.
saying. That, yeah, 2 French citizens. They had 14 plastic bottles, which apparently is, I don't know how big those plastic bottles were, but apparently 90 pounds for 14
Like
bottles.
beans.
Like
Yeah,
that's
okay.
huge. It was in the trunk of their SUV. They wanted to take it home for vacation, from their vacation as a memory. But they were caught on a ferry en route to France.
Okay, so we're saying no because we think it's a lie.
It's a lie. Look, I am a professional reporter. And I'm
I
saying,
trust you. I just, the detail of the story that they could face jail time is what we question because only in America do we over incarcerate for petty things like that.
Okay. So you're saying you don't want to report on it because you think it's not factual.
And we think that, and also it
Yeah.
will, further justify and support Americans' beliefs that people should be jailed for petty stuff. And we don't want to spread that.
Yeah, but this is sand. It's not like drugs, which are petty. This is like
No, what
sand.
I'm saying you do
This
a
is
small thing, you don't go to jail. We don't want
It's
Americans.
a huge thing. What are you talking about?
It's
Oh
erosion.
my goodness
They're
gracious.
contributing to erosion.
So now it's an
basically-
environmental issue.
Yeah, they're ruining the
so
environment.
it seems like we disagree about the fact.
Okay, we
is
can
the
put it
news
in.
or
No,
not
we can
news.
put it in.
So it's, yeah.
It can go in. People
you
need
guys
to
are doing
know.
such a good job collaborating with one another.
It's really like we don't argue. People come to the table.
We say we're democratic. Right? We
Yeah.
said that.
Democratic in the way that she goes, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
fine, whatever.
Okay, I decide
we'll
we
just do
put.
whatever
I
the hell
decide
you
we
wanna
put
do.
this one. You decide the next one.
No, I'm happy to put it in.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's great. Whatever you want, Roberto.
thank you.
He's been in the band longer, so
Yeah.
I defer.
World,
He's also a better musician.
world's first tapioca theme park opens in Tokyo.
Another food one. Careful.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what these
What
rides
is this,
include.
Tokyo?
Is there a lot of bubble tea in it?
I would assume, but like, is there a tapioca log flume?
Love bubble tea.
Is there a tapioca wave pool? Like, I need to know these things before we move forward.
This microphone would sound so good if I was drinking bubble tea.
If it wasn't tapioca. What were the ideas that these people dismissed before they landed on this winner? Like, were they in a room and they were just like, Stevens, what do you got for me? And he's like, Roadkill theme park. And they were like, that's already taken. Like,
Listen, tapioca is. Can we circle back to bubble tea?
Yeah,
I mean, we
sure.
never really circled away. But
yeah. Can we come back to the thing?
I've really been anchoring there. I mean, those are tapioca balls that go through a straw, which I know straws are not
Yeah.
good for the planet, but passing that up, bubble tea is a great thing. And so really, instead of it being a tapioca park, it should have been a bubble tea park.
Well, they're tapioca, so I assume that they are allowed in the park, right? The only question, here's the question I have.
Yeah.
Little tapioca balls that are in the
Bubble tea. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how similar are they to the eggs of aliens?
They're very similar, which
Yeah.
is more protein.
Yeah,
and,
that scares me that they're going to end up in my torso and then they're going to try and like, yeah,
What a bad.
right.
image.
Right. I don't want to
Yeah.
impregnate myself with alien eggs.
Listen,
And
be
so-
zen about it. Embrace the universe. Open yourself up to beings and
Yeah, but the
new
problem
experiences.
is they're contributing to erosion of my torso.
Yeah,
Um,
but you will became famous.
That's true. I would
Yeah.
be famous. You know what?
Yeah.
On second thought, I definitely want an alien.
Yeah,
in my
right.
torso.
If you would like to see Keith drink bubble tea and potentially explode with aliens, come to the Lincoln Theater August 31st,
Yeah.
7 p.m.
No, that'll happen. There's definitely the alien part of
That
this.
will happen, or You'll see sand, lots of sand.
Sand everywhere. Or
You'll see Zen Worship play some great tunes.
one of the three.
I'm not going to say which.
It could go any direction.
Any direction.
Right. All right. So is our drinking orange juice after brushing your teeth theme park news? No. Okay. That one's already
What?
taken. No, it's tapioca. Is the tapioca theme
you
park?
decide. I was bossy
I wouldn't.
before. So
No,
you
you weren't
decide
bossy. I
that.
think your opinions were really valid, and I
thank
like
you so
them,
much.
and I
Yeah.
just think you're so great.
So
I don't think that I would let it in the newspaper, but if the reporter who learned about it wanted to do a narrow piece on a particular bubble tea stand in the park and how great it was.
So not
that I would
tapioca
let it.
land in general.
No, but like the bubble tea stand in Tapioca, maybe a food review in the food column or something,
okay,
an
okay.
interest piece. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Thank you so much.
Sounds fair. There's apparently big black tapioca pearls. That's a new thing that just happened like 10 years ago in Japan.
Well, that's
reading
the
about
black
it.
pearls are what are in the bubble tea.
No, that's what's in the pirate movies, I believe. Yeah, the black pearl.
My dad went to high school with Johnny Depp.
Did he?
Oh, we're not at the near story part yet.
All
He really did. Miramar, Florida. Hey, Miramar, what's up? I'm from Florida. Shout out, SoFlo.
Good job.
Thanks.
Good
so
old
much.
Myanmar, which is another country as well, right?
Some people say that
Yeah,
it's by the sea.
it's very popular.
Both of them
Myanmar.
are
Yeah.
Myanmar and Miramar.
Well, Myanmar's like in the
Yeah,
Southeast
it's in a
Asia, right?
different. It's near a different sea.
Yeah, they have it's a whole different country. They've got a different national anthem. It's like oh Myanmar, we have shiny feet or something. I don't know it
Wow.
offhand, but it's something similar to that.
Isn't that song called Russian Station something?
Russian station blackout,
Yeah.
radiation station,
Radiation
blackout.
Station. That was it. Sorry, I forgot. Short memory span.
Radiation station blackout. Russian radiation station blackout.
Yeah.
That's your new album. All right.
you should make a song.
So not in
Noted.
unless they get bubble tea. That's
Right.
what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next item up for bid. The Wake County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina said that the death of a man who was found bloody and covered in Christmas lights inside of his Apex home was not suspicious, nor was the death of his cat found in the freezer.
Whoa. Come again? In Texas?
No, this is in North Carolina.
Why did I think Texas?
Wake County, Waco. I think that's probably what got you.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure
you say
that's what
both
it
the
was.
cat and the man? What was
Yeah.
The man was
okay.
wrapped in Christmas lights.
Yeah. The death of a man who
That's
was found
horrible.
bloody and covered in Christmas lights down in North Carolina was not suspicious, nor was the death of his cat, which was found in the freezer.
Okay, which one
So
died
he was
before?
electrocuted, I'm guessing. Why else would it not be suspicious?
He was not electrocuted. In fact, I'm pretty sure that this is one of those like riddles where you have to solve it because like the bullet was made of ice and it melted or something like that.
A man died.
But why blood? He said there was blood around.
There was.
Here's
Here's
the
the thing.
blood. It cannot be.
I disagree with them because this is absolutely suspicious. He was taking down his Christmas lights in August. For God's sakes. Like
Christmas in July.
right? I'm just saying that's weird. Although I do agree with the investigators that this was not a murder because the guy obviously knew he was going to die. Otherwise, he'd just leave the decorations up until next year. Why would you go about taking down the decorations? Right? If you knew you wouldn't be around
The
for
cat
Christmas.
wanted them down.
The cat wanted them down. So here's the interesting thing. I actually read into this. The actual like scenario that occurred
I feel bad for the guy.
is even more odd. Like it answers some questions and then it leaves new questions.
Okay.
All right. So I'll run through the timeline. The son who found his father, told investigators he came home the previous night around 9:30 p.m. and found the cat dead in the bathroom. All right. According to documents, the son said, quote unquote, there was blood everywhere. And he took the cat and put it in the freezer wrapped in plastic.
So the blood is not of the guy, it's of the cat.
Right.
This is
Right?
this is making me sad.
The father was then found at the bottom of the stairs wrapped up in Christmas lights, according to the warrant. And the son said he cut his dad loose from the lights, and then his dad asked him for a blanket and a pillow. So he's fine, which the son gave him. And then he left him on the floor at the bottom of the stairs and went to and he left with his girlfriend. He
And the
went
cat's
picked
in
up
the
his-
freezer?
And he put the cat.
Yeah, and a silver spoon and little boy blue and the man on the moon. I
I
think
don't
that's how it
think
goes.
Cats Dying is something to sing about.
No, but no.
Zen would certainly not.
Is
sing
it
about that, would
freezer
we?
not a
Here's the
cradle?
fir-
Okay.
No.
All right. So then he returns the next day, found his father dead at the bottom of the stairs where he left him.
Poor
So now I'm
guy.
wondering. So I'm like, okay, so I know what happened, right? That seemed like, okay, fell down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, if your dad's at the bottom of the stairs wrapped in Christmas lights and you have to cut him loose and he's like, and you're like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I just need a blanket and a pillow. I'm just going to sleep here at the bottom of the stairs. You go.
That's-
PSA, dads out there, ask for help. It's okay.
Yeah, right. Because what I'm going to do is go, no, we're going to the hospital because I don't know what's wrong, but sleeping at the bottom of the stairs covered in Christmas lights.
in August.
Yeah, in August.
You know,
is
I'm just
not
going
right.
to take this moment to, in front of this audience, talk to my grandmother and
Yes.
say,
Oh, sure. It's
you
yours.
know, Grandma, I tell you all the time, if you miss me, call me. You're not bothering me. I want to hear from you. I love you very much.
She
Let's
listens to
chat.
the show.
She never wants, she always waits for me to call her because she doesn't want to be bothered. And I just thought of that because it's like, here's this dad, he's sick, he needs help. And he's like, no, go out.
Go on, it's fine. I'll just be
Enough.
here at the bottom of the stairs,
Enough.
dying.
Call.
Do
Not
you think
just
he
in
said that?
August.
That's my guess. Is he was like,
I mean,
no,
I don't
no,
know.
go on out with your girlfriend. I'm just gonna die here on the bottom of the stairs. No big deal.
I this poor guy.
So yeah. So they determined that apparently it was all an accident. As weird as it looks, that there's nothing suspicious.
So we'll
that
put the
occurred.
cat in the freezer.
The son.
The son.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
And then
dad fell on the cat down the stairs. Apparently.
Okay.
Oh my God. Wait, you didn't say that before. He
No.
fell on his cat?
Yeah, he fell on the cat.
Did you say that before?
No, probably not. But it wasn't really important.
But listening skills are really important when you're a musician.
No, absolutely. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good of a cat if it can't dodge a person.
No. Wow. We've got a cat hater in the house.
I have a cat.
Listeners,
My cat is like 18 pounds and
Tell
I
us
can't
more.
catch it if I don't want to.
say more.
Like if I go after it, it's like anywhere. So if you fall on a cat down the stairs, that
Whoa.
cat was asking for it.
That's the suspicious part of the story.
Right? How do you fall on a cat? Cats barely let you get near them.
All right. Are we putting it in
Yeah,
the
but
paper?
if he's 18 pounds, I mean, it doesn't really run very fast. You say 18 pounds?
Things
Wait,
like a
I
dog.
thought it was 18 pounds of sand. What's happening?
Yeah. No, my cat is 18 pounds of sand.
Wow.
All right. So is it in?
Oh,
This is your call.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
it's in.
of
All right.
course.
All right,
Yeah.
we're running out of time.
Oh,
We're
of
going to go
course.
through this. This is like a lightning round. I'm just going to give you the headlines. We're going to see if we think it is. If you have questions, no problem, but I'm not going to pitch it, okay? Woman
sure I'll
thought
have
she
questions.
yeah, you will. Woman thought she had kidney stones, gave birth to triplets.
No. I'm tired of stories about demeaning women. We're smart, we're beautiful, we're powerful. Next.
You can have triplets and not even realize it.
Next.
All right.
Yeah.
People who use more emojis have more sex and get more dates. They didn't say which emojis. I assume
Oh.
it's the eggplant one.
Yeah, I want to know more about this.
Yeah, I think that's important. That's going in.
That's important? Okay,
Yeah.
we've got that in. Excellent. Are you going to start using more emojis now?
He says I don't use a lot of emojis. No, I really am not going to now.
I don't
I
need
didn't-
it.
I didn't ask if you didn't. I didn't ask if you use them. I asked if you use them more.
we were immediately interested in the article and then we're like, yeah, but it's not going to change us.
Right.
Hashtag
I'm going to
news.
use less emojis. Just leave me the fuck alone. I don't want anything to do with you. I just want to sleep. Just leave me alone. Pumpkin spice flavored Spam goes on sale this fall.
Yes.
Would you eat it?
Sure. If,
I don't know, but it needs to be in the paper.
Did you eat? Have you ever had Spam?
I've had Spam.
Would you be more or less likely to eat it now that it is pumpkin spice?
I would be more likely to try it
Yeah.
and less likely to eat it.
You were like, aha! Now throw the rest away. I don't want any of that anymore.
Exciting. Novelty can.
Yeah. all right.
Conversation piece.
So last but not least, Ohio State has filed a trademark application for the word "the."
May I?
Yeah.
Wolverine here.
Yes.
May I just very quickly?
Sure.
Their spokesperson, when asked about it, said, yes, Ohio State takes trademarking very seriously, leaving
Yes.
out the word the fools. Go blue.
So you're saying that they're not even backing it up right now.
Yeah, they're joke. Bye, Ohio State. Bye. Go blue.
Did you mean the Ohio State?
No, I meant Ohio State. Go blue.
Why you take it very personal? Yeah, this is.
They're my rival school.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Do
personal.
they have rival
wow.
schools in Italy? Is that a thing?
No, it's not at all.
No, because
No.
do you get is
We-
college government like anyone go to college?
Oh, by the way, we have a free college. So
Right,
we
so
don't
free
need
college.
Wait a
we
second.
don't need. Yeah.
Wait.
We don't need.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Scholarship. with
What
the-
about the oldest rivalry? The Montagues and the Capulets.
that was
That was a
lot-
crazy football rivalry. There were
Yeah.
deaths and stuff. People at
Yeah.
like 15 were dying.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's
Such pranks.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah,
Those
but not
were
in
English
college.
lies.
But not in college.
Do you have college sports?
No, really.
No, okay.
No,
So if you
really.
go
We
to-
just study.
It's called university there, right?
It's
you go to university.
and it's for real. I mean,
Yeah.
you study is very
so
boring
no
thing.
sports. You just go there, you study.
Yeah,
Italian basketball's a thing.
yeah, but still not in the school. You know,
Not in
you don't
school.
mix instruction is how do you say school with sport.
Well, then how do you
actually.
learn sports?
Oh yeah, like you should.
There's instruction, isn't there?
right?
How else do you learn that math is really about beating other people?
It's about
yeah.
trains. Math is
Yeah.
about trains. That's all I know. All right. So, so not news, or is it? What did you end up saying?
I don't think we should ever talk about Ohio State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if we just refer to them as Ohio State.
There's a sensor.
We can
What
talk. It can be in the paper only if we're focused on the fact that their spokesperson is not very good.
What if we publish this in your paper, but the entire article doesn't have the word "the" in it?
It's in. Done and done. You're hired.
All right, that's the end of it. Thank you very much. How do you guys feel like you did? Was that good? You didn't-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned a lot actually.
And if
That
you want to
was-
hear more witty banter,
Yeah. Where could we go to hear that? Maybe live.
right.
Lincoln Theater, August 31st, 7 p.m. Come on out.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do it. So now we need a name for your publication. What are you going to name it? Now that you've got the content all figured out, what will you name so people can go online or at the news stand? What can they look for?
Then radiation.
And the slogan would be, "We take food very seriously."
We take food very
Oh, that's-
seriously.
Right.
Are you going to drink that bubble tea?
Sorry to all those people out there who really hate noises. I know that you're out there listening, and I've been a nightmare.
You're doing the ASRM stuff, right?
Yeah, but about some of the population loves that stuff, and then there's that target population that cannot stand it.
They can't stand it. Is there
And
people
they've
who are
all turned
literally
this podcast off. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I know.
are
Actually,
angry?
I know two people. Both are drummers, and those kinds of sound trigger anger.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
It's its own kind of audio disorder.
Speaking
Oh, wow.
of
Sorry to those people, but
Yeah.
honestly, those people are likely not podcast listeners because there are lots of mouth noises.
Yeah, there are. That's true. And speaking of noises that may trigger anger, we have a track from you that you brought in today.
no,
Makes
no.
anger.
Is that a bad segue? Did I do
Oh
a bad
my
segue?
God. No,
Oh.
Zen worship, it will trigger peace and love and happiness. You will
Yeah.
wiggle in your seat.
And mouth
Especially
sounds.
this song actually.
There's no mouth sounds in it.
No, you didn't use any mouth sounds in this.
No,
Isn't that what a trumpet does? Is just a mouth sound.
it turns mouth sounds into beautiful tones.
All right. So tell us about this track. We've got "Start with L."
Yep.
Right. This
Yeah.
is its own single that you released separately.
Correct.
What was the inspiration for this?
So Phil wrote the lyrics here. It's for sure a song about love, but what
Oh, that makes so
I
much
know,
sense.
but that's the point. There is no love
Not a-
word. So I personally I love songs without love words
Oh,
because they're
okay.
more interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I hate songs where say love, 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 love.
I see. That's
Yeah.
really interesting because you prefer to come at it in a poetic way.
Yeah.
Or if you just hit it straight on, it feels lazy. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah?
lazy for sure. And I mean, like love can be expressed in a very different forms.
Sure.
So when you put we don't put the love word, you leave a space to interpretation.
Gotcha.
Which is,
Okay.
right,
I
which is
like
more
it.
interesting. Now I have no clue what the song talking about, but I made it.
That's what the song is about.
Yeah, that's the song.
What he said.
Where'd you
Yeah.
record this?
So Tyler, our guitar player, and the founder of the band,
Yeah,
Fair to
he's
say?
one of the
Yeah.
one of the founders. Yeah.
he found Phil and Roberto and the original band members and made it happen. Anyway, he records and mixes our tunes.
Nice. Okay.
So home studio recording.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Well done.
garage band actually. So
Wow.
I play my track home, and Tyler did the same.
Cool.
I did, yeah, like we did like, and then we put it together, and we were just hoping the BPM was the same, and then it worked actually.
All right. Well, let's take a
Nonetheless,
listen
it's great.
This is a track called Starts With L from the band Zen Worship.
It was a night like this when you first whispered you love me. Didn't mind it took you a couple of drinks. One syllable, a pinnacle, a miracle verb was kinda spiritual when I heard it. A song was born right then and there. Do right, you do so right, feel so right up beside me. How does one grow a flower so light? Can we have this dance? I'm thinking now, 'cause my eyes shine out like cancer, and I can
I was gonna wonder where the trumpet was, and then I started hearing it.
We got our licks.
Yeah, you got your licks in there.
Yeah.
Although it started like the first lyric had the word "loved" in it, so you lied to me.
Yeah, I just remember the second part. That's why, and then, but you cut the song, right? You just showed the less interesting part of the song. So now people have to come to Lincoln Theater on August 30.
Will you be playing this live?
Right. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Right.
Well, if you want to fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show, you can listen to the track in its entirety. But go check it out live Saturday, August 31st at the Labor Day Music Festival at the Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. It is free. It starts at like 7 o'clock, so it's not even that late into the evening. Lots of bands there. So go check that out. If you want to find out more from Zen Worship and see where they're playing and other music from them, go check them out on Facebook.com/Zen Worship Band. So that moves us on to our little game show that we've created called Please God, Just Get One Right. So our previous guest, La Unica, they're playing up at the Yards Park on August 23rd.
Yes.
That's down in DC as well.
Right.
They picked a category for you. So the good news is you still have time. If you don't like this category, you can go to their show and just yell at them and tell them how angry you are.
We're not really angry people.
You seem angry, like it's all pent up.
Just wait to
Yeah.
hear the category.
Yeah, you don't know what the category
topic.
is.
I embrace it. I love challenge.
So the category is that your mom sucks.
Oh, okay. So now you can you can forgive.
Yeah, I'm glad
just-
that you're not an angry person.
I really love this microphone. It's so sensitive.
You okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So is there any specific reason why? I mean, you were guys coming from any specific topic?
How they land on that. He's asking how they land
They
on
didn't. I just said that to get your goat. No, the topic is actually yoga.
it. So gullible.
Oh,
Yoga. Yeah.
yoga.
Yeah.
Your mom
Do you-
sucks.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Oh, come on, respect women.
No, like super talented.
We love you, mom.
So yoga.
Yes.
That is the category. How do you feel?
Way out of my comfort zone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sure. I
They
mean,
thought this might be an
You
easy one.
do yoga?
I had a great experience in yoga. Yeah.
Okay, we're ready.
Sure.
All right. Hatha yoga is the type of yoga most frequently practiced in Western culture.
Yes. Did I get it right?
True. In what century did the first Hatha yoga texts emerge?
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be a single digit century.
Okay.
What do you think?
It'll
Like
either
a
be
1,
single-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I feel
Stop
like
there.
it's definitely
Like-
either single or double digits. It's one of those two.
I
Okay, and you said it's the most popular?
In Western culture.
You
Yeah.
know, okay, so Western culture, so we're probably thinking something like the Beatles probably discovered it, And so
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say the 7th century.
I like that you're like the Beatles discovered it in the 7th century. When they were.
No,
when
I
they first
just
came
think
over.
that John and Paul were interested in the 7th century.
That was a big thing for them.
Isn't that what Eleanor Rigby was about?
It might have been the entire
7th century. Am I right?
7th century, Eleanor Rigby. She
I-
was born during that time.
I
It's
think that
something-
song's about yoga.
It's 11th century. So you were
I was so close.
Yeah.
In that I was
7, 11th
completely
century.
off by 400. or
in the
so.
grand scheme of things, though. That's not so bad.
Wasn't a single digit.
Right.
Don't build me up. I'm an amazing trumpet player. I'm a part of one of the best bands in District of Columbia. I really don't need the ego boost.
Okay.
What
you
I do
might.
need is for your listeners. No, go ahead.
to check
to
you
know.
out.
August 31st. Please go
Yeah.
ahead. We don't have that much time left.
Okay. Let's go on. So on December 1st, 2016, this is more in our century, right?
Mhm.
Yoga was
Speak for
added
yourself.
to what list by UNESCO?
I'm going to say it's a health list, right?
health
Because
list?
yoga's good for you.
It
Does
is
the
good for you.
UNESCO has a health list?
They probably have like a health or a medicine list.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe a cultural health UNESCO list.
What
A
would you-
protected.
What would you say
Sport.
UNESCO's? What's, What's UNESCO's
okay, we're
famous
saying
list?
protected. We're saying protected sports list. That's what we're going with. Don't try to change our
Right,
minds.
athletic protector list. Got it.
That sounds like a cup, but okay.
No, it's actually the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage
We
List.
were so
Wow.
So it's like they do the UNESCO heritage sites,
right.
which are protected sites. So this is a new list they have of intangible cultural.
So this is going to be the
things.
first culturally protected practice
I think there
for
are others.
What- so
Californian
For California.
avocado eating.
I'm curious about
Right.
the others now.
Gather in attics
Yeah.
on soft mats and breathe together.
There are people in India going, "We made this. There was no avocados.
This was ours.
But
And
they don't
now
have. Do they have UNESCO there?
I mean,
Oh no,
yeah,
absolutely.
UNESCO
Are you
has
kidding me?
sites.
Taj Mahal?
Sure.
Come on.
Come on. Let's not be crazy. On December 11th, 2014, see, I'm keeping it near. You've got a shot at this. The 193-member United Nations General Assembly approved by consensus a resolution establishing what day as International Day of Yoga.
Okay, let's think about yoga poses. Like, I feel like the
Yeah.
number 7 kind of looks like warrior,
Sure.
and 4 could be like downward dog. I don't know yoga people.
There's got to be one that
I
looks
can
like a
see.
tree.
Here's
Arbor
the
Day might be a
shape.
good guess.
So it's going to be.
It-
The question was on December something.
On December 11th is when they declare.
So I'm going to say December 11th.
Is it?
Oh, I like that.
you
Taking
want to take it
context
easy,
clues.
easy.
Wait,
Yeah.
what do you think? Is it going to be a
I
summer
think.
day?
Do they have the beginning of the year in spring there? So can you tell us at
Are you
least
talking
which
about-
quarter is?
In India?
I will
Yeah.
say, I will
Just-
say that you missed it this year.
I missed it.
Okay, so March 1st.
Oh, good guess. Do you have another guess as well?
March 2nd.
We're just somewhere between the else. It's like closest without going over.
Wait, is it prices right? Because then I'll do February.
No,
Just
it
have
is
to
not.
say all the numbers.
June 21st. June 21st.
It's not close
I should have
at
guessed
all.
that.
Yeah, International Day of Yoga.
Is there any reason? Any
Yeah,
particular
because
reason?
the 2 and the 1 look like 2 people doing yoga.
Wow, you're amazing.
Listen,
I mean-
thank you so much. I haven't gotten a
Wow.
single answer, but he thinks I'm amazing.
Yeah,
If you
and
would
I
like to
already
hear
said
more
that.
from a band that's supportive of each other
Yeah, where could I see them live?
and shares the love and doesn't care if you say your mom sucks, we love you anyway.
At all.
You can see us live at the Lincoln Theater August 31st,
Nice.
which is not National Yoga Day,
It is
International
not.
Yoga Day.
Yeah, International and National Day of Yoga. Let's get it right.
Wow.
Can do damn
I'm just really
worship
blowing
day.
this. Can we start over?
Reportedly starting in New York in 2002, started in New York in 2002 by Susie Tildman. What type of yoga do people use to achieve harmony with their pets? That's what it's
Harmony
geared
with
towards.
it.
Yeah.
What
Do you have any
kind of
hints?
yoga do they
Yeah.
use?
Yeah, what's the name of this yoga?
Furry yoga.
Oh, I like that. Furry yoga.
Like,
Roberto, do you-
Pets. Pets. Yeah.
That's the ASMR for you. Yeah, you got anything?
No.
What about like use an Italian word, you know?
We say gatto.
Gatto.
Gatto yoga. Actually,
Gatto yoga.
that's a great guess. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a great guess.
That is.
For sure. That's the
There's a little
answer.
Italy up in New York.
For
That
sure,
count.
yeah.
It's actually doga.
Oh, dog yoga.
Yeah.
Of course.
Doga.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
yeah,
I should have
okay.
studied.
There was no studying. All right. What widely recognized yoga symbol is derived from the Sanskrit term meaning that which is associated with well-being? I will give you a hint. It is not widely recognized for that reason.
I'm just showing my ignorance of Indian culture, and I'm sorry. I like Sanskrit. That's pretty ancient.
Sanskrit, yeah, definitely ancient. This is very famous.
Is it, you mean the symbol is
Yeah.
famous?
The ampersand.
Oh, good guess.
X.
The X. Yeah.
Just an X. A cross.
So actually, it is the swastika. So before the Nazis commandeered it and made it into a terrible thing, it actually was an ancient
It was.
icon that meant that which is associated with well-being. And then they obviously hijacked it and turned it into a horrible thing.
I knew
Yeah.
that.
So
And
that's
actually
really
this-
unfortunate because we had something that was good and then bad people took it and made it bad.
Yeah. I
Education.
was supposed to know. Dang.
Yeah. And that's
Big-
who's-
and actually,
yeah, you
that's
should
why,
know that. I
Yeah.
should know that too.
No, because I read actually that the reason why they choose that
Right.
symbol because they wanted to spread that symbol.
to make it
and
seem
use-
like it was good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then they just
absolutely.
ruined it.
Yeah,
I
they
did.
used it
I
on
did know
purpose.
that. I just didn't know what its original meaning was.
I think I was confused by yoga. It was not really just.
Yeah, it's
that was-
associated with
yeah.
yoga.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting.
I had no idea of that
I'm
connection.
learning so many things tonight.
Wow, the Nazis really screwed up a lot.
Yeah, they did. They definitely get the world record on screwing things up, I think.
That's
Yeah.
a shame.
Yeah. Asana is the yoga limb which refers to postures and poses that most people think of when they hear the word yoga. So yoga actually has many other branches and limbs. It's not just the one,
Right.
right?
Right.
How many other branches or limbs are there? What are the main branches
10.
and limbs?
I don't know.
10?
Don't ask me
That's
which
how
one.
many
but
fingers
10.
you have.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's as high as he counts.
which makes sense. You want to know the number or you don't ask? You don't.
How many are there?
10. 10.
10.
Sure.
Okay.
I stick by my band member.
Okay, you're doing with 10.
Stop trying to break us apart.
it was very close. It's 8 actually.
8.
7 technically if you say Asana, other than Asana, but 8
Okay.
total. So I would murder all of these saying them. So I'm not going to disrespect
please don't.
folks,
Yeah,
but
no.
but they are very complicated words that look very beautiful.
This is really
Wow.
fascinating and interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you did not get one right. That's okay though. You gave it a good shot. But what we do need is a category for our next group. So what is a category that you want them to try and answer 6 questions about? Any category in the world. What is something that's near and dear to you that you'd like somebody to learn about? Maybe
Pollution.
pollution. Okay. Does that sound good?
You have any?
I mean, I'm not a fan of pollution.
But you want people to learn about it?
People ought to learn about pollution. I like that we've said pollution too, not just like the environment.
Right.
So
Pollution.
I
I believe
knowing
it's actually
you.
the pollution, I think is how you're supposed to say it.
You want to expand to the
No, I think it's
environment?
great because I think knowing you'll probably come up with a bunch of stories about sand and bubble tea and cats wrapped in Christmas lights on people's lawns.
I will, absolutely. But that probably won't be in the quiz. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to
Wow.
have 6 questions about pollution
I can wait.
next week. So
I
if
can
you're,
wait to listen to that.
if you're
Yeah.
interested, take a listen next week and you can hear that.
Maybe it'll be sound pollution.
it could be sound pollution.
It could be
It's just
all
an,
kinds of pollution.
That's so cool.
it
You're
could
right.
just be an entire segment of just me going, and then be like, was that sound pollution? And they'll
Wow.
be like, yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, you win. There's your prize.
It's an easy subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. Let's
Thank you
find
so
out-
much to what was the name of the previous band? My
La
apologies.
Unica. Go check
La
them out. They're
Unica.
really
Thank
cool.
you so much for teaching us about world culture.
Yeah.
They are a combination of an Irish band and a Latin band,
Yes.
Wow.
Very cool.
like in the
Interesting.
same songs.
Super rad.
Go check it out. It's
Love
really
it.
neat.
Yeah.
I really dug them because of how unique they were. So we'll move on and find out a little bit more about you guys.
Far again?
We've got a couple stories. We've got a near story and we've got a far story.
See?
Yeah,
That's what it's all
that's what
about.
it's all about.
You
You
understand?
understand. So let's start off with this far story. My understanding, something about Rocky 1000.
Rocky 1000.
What
yeah.
is that?
That's something that should be more famous. And I'm surprised. I'm sorry to say, but I'm surprised every time somebody doesn't know about that. It's about 1,000 musicians playing together songs.
Yeah.
And actually started in 2015 in Italy by this guy Fabio.
Oh, can
and-
I jump in? Is this the
No,
one that
no.
did the Foo Fighters one?
Oh, you know that?
Oh, okay.
Finally,
No, go.
finally.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, keep going. This is amazing.
Right.
This is really
It is
cool.
amazing. So what they did, they just wanted to have the Foo Fighters playing in a small town called Cesena.
Yeah.
And typically Foo Fighter, if they play in Italy, they go to Rome or
Rome,
Milan. They
sure.
don't go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Cesena. And this guy said, no, I want the Foo Fighter in Cesena. So
Yeah.
in order to get their attention, he just put 1,000 musicians together and play Learn to Fly.
Learn to fly.
Well,
Yeah.
in a park, and they made a video, and the video made like 30 million views in 1 week.
Yeah.
So of course, Dave Grohl saw the video, say, "Wow, bellissimo,"
Yeah.
and he said, "Yeah, I will come to Cesena,"
That's
and they
awesome.
made it. So after this, the organization, they say, "Oh wow, we can make a band. Actually, we can play concerts." So that was just one song,
Really?
and
So
so
I had no idea that they continued. I'd heard about the video.
yeah,
And it's amazing because there's like hundreds of drummers and
Yeah.
hundreds of guitar players. It's not like a lot of people would think if it's 1,000-person band that you'd have like one drummer and you'd have like
no, no.
999 guitarists, right?
No,
So
no, it's
but it's like the Foo Fighters, but over and over and over and over again, and then everybody plays and sings.
absolutely. So then they, as I said, they expanded, and I had the opportunity to play in Florence last year. It was we were 1,500 people actually.
Wait, so you were in it?
Oh yeah, of course.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and that's the story, right? Otherwise, there would be no story.
Right.
Yeah. So I
Oh,
played.
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody has like a Bluetooth headphone. So you hear the click, you hear some instruction. You have a music director.
Sure.
Bass. I think we were like 300 basses.
300 bassists.
Yeah, and then 400 guitars.
Enough bass.
Yeah, more bass, more cowbell.
I like that. So somebody was like, "We're gonna need a bigger tour bus."
Right. So and we play a concert. A concert means like about 20 songs, 18 songs.
That's
but yeah, you
amazing.
play like 2 hours, and we play in this stadium and in front of 20,000 people. So that was my
Wow.
biggest audience, 20,000 people.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. And
there was. And now, so they
you have to do it in a stadium because otherwise there's
Yeah.
a decent chance the band's bigger than the audience.
Right. And then they did this year, they just did in on the Stade de France in Paris,
Yeah.
and it was with 50,000 people. Like it was like, I mean,
What?
audience.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so where was the venue? For, in France?
They changed it, the Stade de France.
Oh, okay.
The-
So it's
yeah.
a big stadium as
Yeah,
well.
right.
Okay.
And they did 1 week later in Frankfurt of the arena, or Frankfurt Arena, I don't know the name, but actually they signed that on the Guinness record.
That's amazing.
So that became like the biggest band in the world.
So
by
if
the
you would
Guinness.
like to see a bass player that is part of a band that broke a Guinness World Record,
yeah.
Yeah.
Where could you go to see that?
you could come to Lincoln Theater August 31st.
That's
7
correct.
p.m.
That's
No.
correct.
So when you play a stadium, did you play in the field and then everybody just was around you? Because you can't have
Correct.
just a stage
Exactly.
with 1,500 people playing.
Correct. Basically, you can see from the top, from the drone view, it's like a matrix. You have your like 2-3 feet square,
Yeah.
which is your spot. You cannot like for sure. You have to
You
stay
can't
in
run
your,
into other people's
yeah,
spots.
yeah, right. So
Which is stunning because if you've ever seen Zen Worship play, you'll know that our bass player here, he
There was-
dances, he jumps into the audience, he gets them going. So
Oh my God. Where could I see
Thank you
him
for
dance and jump into the audience?
no idea.
All right. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it
That
was
was
great. Thanks so much
awesome.
for having us.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
As if you did not know from all of Allison's plugging, Saturday, August 31st, Labor Day Music Festival at the Lincoln Theater, Washington, D.C.
Wait, we have a gig?
Yeah, there's a gig coming up. You might
Really?
want to be there.
Rad.
It's
Yeah,
free.
I
It's
can
at
wait.
7 o'clock. Go check it out. Go up to facebook.com/ZenWarshipBand to hear more music, to go check out all of their social media, and to find out when they're doing other shows, because they will be doing other shows. More importantly, or equally as importantly, please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, and share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Don't forget to review us on Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. If you're an artist, musician, or culture creator in the DC area, we want you on our show. Email us at booking@anotherwastedhour.com. Thanks to everyone for all their contributions. Most of all, thanks to our guests, Zen Worship, and you, our fans, for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been Another Wasted Hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.